On a mission to reclaim the NFL throne after a painful Super Bowl loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, the Kansas City Chiefs went into the 2025 NFL Draft laser-focused on strengthening key positions. And when their first-round pick came around, Brett Veach and Andy Reid made a move that could define the next era of Chiefs football, selecting Josh Simmons, the talented offensive lineman from Ohio State. The move wasn't just about filling a need, it was about betting on elite upside at a premium position. Draft analysts across the league praised the Chiefs for their overall work, with NFL.com's Chad Reuter specifically highlighting the Simmons pick as a major coup. Simmons will be an excellent pick at a major position of need for the Chiefs if he's able to return to form after recovering from the knee injury that shortened his 2024 season. Reuter noted, Simmons, despite the setback, showed why he was once viewed as a potential top 15 pick. His NFL Combine numbers only reinforced his ceiling. Among all offensive linemen in production, score 10th in athleticism, score 6th in total score per Next Gen Stats. The Chiefs didn't blink at the injury. Red flag, and it's easy to see why. Simmons' agent, Drew Rosenhaus, had already made it clear back in December that Simmons would be fully cleared by NFL training camp. For Kansas City, with Jalen Moore as a serviceable bridge and a culture that develops talent patiently, Simmons is an ideal fit. This pick isn't just about 2025. It's about protecting Patrick Mahomes for the next decade. After experimenting with patchwork solutions at left tackle, the Chiefs now have a chance to grow a long-term answer. Someone who can anchor Mahomes' blindside as Kansas City continues its assault on NFL history. Beyond Simmons, Veach built depth the Chiefs way, with high-upside scheme-fit players like Ashton Gillotte and Noah Williams, both of whom match the physical and competitive traits Steve Spagnuolo covets. Josh Simmons might not start immediately, but by the time the playoffs come around, and for many Januaries and Februaries to come, he could be the pillar that keeps Mahomes upright and Kansas City's dynasty alive. A smart risk, a premium talent, a perfect Chiefs pick. The Kansas City Chiefs didn't just stockpile talent in the 2025 NFL Draft. They turned up the heat on several young players who now find themselves battling for snaps and fighting for roles this summer. Brett Veach added 7 draft picks and a slew of rookie free agents, injecting fresh competition across the 90-man roster. While no one's suggesting certain players are on the verge of getting cut, the battle for playing time just got a lot more real. Here are 3 players whose paths got a little tougher thanks to the incoming rookie class. Felix Anudike-Uzomah. The pressure was already mounting for FAU entering year 3. After 2 seasons of modest development, 2025 was supposed to be his breakout year. But now, the Chiefs aren't handing him anything. Not only did Kansas City re-sign Charles Omenihu, but they spent a premium 3rd-round pick on Ashton Gillotte, a highly productive edge rusher from Louisville. Gillotte brings immediate 3-down potential, a strong run defender with pass rushing upside. With George Karlaftis, Mike Danna, Malik Herring, and even Chris Jones rotating outside, FAU will have to prove he deserves meaningful snaps. His roster spot isn't in danger, but his role absolutely is Jared Wiley. Coming off an injury-shortened rookie season, Jared Wiley was expected to solidify his spot as TE3 behind Travis Kelce and Noah Gray. But the Chiefs aren't waiting around. They added veteran Robert Tonyan in free agency and handed a hefty bonus to undrafted rookie Jake Briningstool, a pass-catching tight end from Clemson. Baylor Cupp and Anthony Ferkser also remain in the mix. Wiley still enters camp as the favorite for the 3rd tight end spot, but missing crucial development time last year leaves the door slightly ajar. And in Kansas City, preseason performances matter. Brett Veach has shown he's willing to make preseason trades if someone else outshines the competition. Nico Remigio. Nico Remigio was a feel-good story last year, rising from undrafted free agent to standout postseason returner. Heading into 2025, it seemed like his spot as the primary return man was secure. Not anymore. The Chiefs drafted Brashard Smith and Jalen Royals, both of whom have serious return chops. They also brought in Magdalena, an underrated free agent with natural return ability. Remigio remains the favorite heading into camp, but he'll have to fend off younger, faster competition every day. Special teams coordinator Dave Toub doesn't hand out jobs based on last year's tape. He demands consistency and explosiveness every rep. The Chiefs roster remains one of the deepest in football, but the margin for error is razor thin. With the influx of hungry rookies and aggressive front office moves, even young veterans who once seemed safe must prove themselves all over again. And that's exactly how Brett Veach and Andy Reid like it. Iron sharpens iron. Champions are made in competition. The Kansas City Chiefs once again showed why they're the gold standard of NFL franchises with another outstanding performance in the 2025 NFL Draft. From day 1 to day 3, Brett Veach and Andy Reid addressed major needs while stacking premium talent. And now the focus shifts to maximizing the potential of this new rookie class before the real games begin. At the heart of the draft haul is Josh Simmons, the dynamic offensive tackle from Ohio State, selected with a 32nd overall pick. Viewed by many as one of the top linemen in the entire class, Simmons represents a direct response to the struggles that haunted the Chiefs during their Super Bowl loss to the Eagles. Protection for Patrick Mahomes is non-negotiable. In Kansas City wasted no time in securing their future on the left side. Judy Batista of NFL.com highlighted the Chiefs' draft in her post-draft analysis, pointing out how Kansas City methodically checked important boxes, improved protection for Mahomes by drafting an OT, replenished the defensive line with Omar Norman-Lott and Ashton Gilada. But Batista also warned that the real work starts now. The Chiefs must get the new offensive line working together immediately. Chemistry up front is crucial, especially after the protection breakdowns that cost them another Lombardi trophy. The pieces are there. Now it's about reps, communication, and locking down the starting 5 before the season kicks off. Building chemistry doesn't stop at the line. Mahomes will need a full off-season, throwing to Rashee Rice, Hollywood, Brown, and rising star Xavier Worthy to sharpen timing and routes. As Batista noted, the offense has all the talent necessary. Now it's about refining the execution to recapture the explosiveness that was missing at times last year. Reinforcing the defensive line was also critical, with Chris Jones still. Anchor in the middle, adding Norman-Lott and Gilada ensures Kansas City can stay dominant in the trenches, a must for surviving deep playoff battles. The Chiefs didn't just plug holes, they reloaded with serious firepower. Now, with Mahomes leading the charge, a reinforced O-line protecting him, and a scary defensive front ready to hunt, Kansas City remains the team to beat in the AFC Dynasty over. Not a chance. The Chiefs are just getting started. The Kansas City Chiefs still boast one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history in Travis Kelce. But as the 2025 season approaches, there's an undeniable truth creeping closer. The Kelce era is nearing its end. Kelce will turn 36 just a month into the new season, and after years of dominance, the Chiefs can't afford to be caught flat-footed when it's time to pass the torch. Brett Veach and Andy Reid know this, and they took a low-risk, high-reward swing by signing Jake Briningstool, the top-ranked undrafted tight end in this year's class. Briningstool, who starred at Clemson, checks a lot of boxes for Kansas City's future plans weigh 241 pounds, impressive frame for a modern tight end. The within 5-second 40-yard dash, enough speed to work up the seam. Low 1-inch vertical, showcases body control and catch radius. Receptions: 1,028 yards, 12 touchdowns over his final 2 seasons. NFL.com's Lance Zierlein described Briningstool as a tough, possession-based tight end who excels at beating zone coverage and has reliable hands. While he may struggle to separate against elite man coverage, though his body control and ability to shield defenders at the catch point give him a natural edge in read scheme. Despite a high pad level, he can help as a run blocker, both connected to the line and in space. Zierlein noted exactly the kind of versatility Kansas City prizes, with the Chiefs not drafting a tight end across their 7 picks and only selecting one pass catcher, Jalen Royals, WR, Utah State. Briningstool has a real shot to carve out a role early. He'll likely start behind Kelce, Noah Gray, and Jared Wiley, but Kansas City is notorious for grooming talent methodically, and Briningstool could be next in line. The Chiefs' passing attack sputtered at times last season, largely because defenses sold out to bracket Kelce and dared Kansas City's unproven receivers to win downfield. Xavier Worthy showed flashes, but help was limited. Strengthening the middle of the field with a young, long, sure-handed tight end like Breinenstuhl is a strategic move to ensure that Mahomes always has a safety valve beyond number 87. The Chiefs aren't rushing to replace Kelce. You don't replace legends overnight, but by quietly landing the best undrafted tight end on the market, they're planting seeds for the next generation of dominance at the position.